Hey everybody, this is Robert Price. So today we're going to take a look at a diminished movement that I think is pretty cool, okay? Now this movement can actually be used as a passing chord to like a minor chord or a major. And when I say major, it can be, you can like end it. So today we're going to be in the key of D. That's what we're going to start in, right? Let's see. Okay, so you can end your song with the diminished chord, right? You can do a 2, 5. See that diminished chord right there? And then a 1. Okay, so you can end your song, you know, going from a diminished chord to a 5 to a 1. Okay, well, I want to let you, I want to show you this diminished movement right here. So let's say you are doing a 2, 5, 1, 2, 5. Here we go right here. Okay, that movement right there. You can use it over the 3. Okay, so let's say you're on the 1, doing the 3, right here. You hear that? Okay, so there are many things that you can do. There are songs. So I remember one time I was playing a song. I think it was I forgot the name of the song. It's in D. But at the end of it, it does something like this. You thought I was to die for, right? Right? You already know that. So but you can, on this diminished chord right here, you could do this movement right here. You can do, okay? So let me show you the move and then we can go into application, okay? All right, so the diminished chord that we're doing is, you can look at it like a G diminished, a B flat diminished, right? C sharp diminished, or E, right? The thing is, I want you to get this concept so you can do it in any situation. So in this case, I'm doing it over the 3. Okay, over that F sharp. This is what you're gonna do. Drop 2 voicing. If you're playing it in this inversion right here, okay, take that C sharp and do it like this. Okay, so you're pretty much taking the C sharp and you putting it at the bottom. Okay, now I do something like this. Okay, that's just a movement that I love to do, and you can put it with this diminished movement. Okay, so after you got this one, okay, now let's move down to this right here. Okay, so we're gonna resolve on the diminished. You're always gonna come back to this diminished chord. Okay, so just hit right here. You take a B, put it at the bottom. This is pretty much what you're playing. Okay, that C sharp 7, but you're gonna take that B, you're gonna put it down here. Okay, this is a sweet move. You can do this wherever. And then, see, that F, A flat, and D flat. You're gonna drop the F down to the E and the A flat down to the G. Keep that C sharp at the top in your right hand. So now you're gonna have a B flat. Why? Because this is the drop 2 type of movement, okay? So that B flat is gonna be at the bottom. So, okay, so, all right. And I'm gonna show you this movement all the way down, because if you're playing a song and you wanna stick with the melody, if the melody is the C sharp, if we're in the key of D, let's say you do something like this, that is a possibility, right? So you could do this. You can do, you see? So I didn't do this, I just did this. Okay? So this it adds some tension at first, because if you play the bass note, right? It's some, of course, a little dissonance right there, but this is a nice movement. So let's continue. So we have this so far. Okay? You can do this right here. I do this. Okay? Okay? So here go another 7 chord. Right? So it's pretty much like you're playing a B flat chord in your right hand, but you're adding the flat 7 in your left with that A flat. Okay? So you have A flat in your left. In your right hand, just a B flat major, first inversion. So you have D, F, and B flat. Okay? And like we did with the other chord, you're going to just drop these chords down, okay? So the D is going down to that D flat, and the F is going down to the E. So now when you drop those two, you're going to drop that A flat down to the G. Okay? And look what you land on, right? A diminished chord. That's the same diminished chord over the 3. Okay? Okay? That's how I use it in my left hand. Okay? That makes it really thick, right? Okay? So if you wanted to, you have the 1. You can do right? That, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, that's going to turn some heads right there. Okay? Now, you could go even further. If you have the time, you can do this. Okay? That's the last little part of this whole movement. Okay? Okay? And this is all over the same bass note. So if you're on that 3, okay? Now, you may not have that much time. So I'm giving you all these these chords so you can kind of pick and choose. As long as you're on this this diminished chord right here, you can do that. Okay? So you only have 3 diminished chords. And they just repeat themselves. So think about it. What if you took this movement and learned it with the other diminished chords? Guys, you can do so much stuff because we play diminished chords everywhere. Okay? So here we go. This right here is a G major chord pretty much, right? But you're playing the 7 in your left hand. Okay? Like make it a G7. So in your right, I'm going kind of fast because I don't want this video to be too long because it's just an idea that I just want to give you guys to spice up your playing in this area, you know? So we have that B, B, D, and G, right? And we would do this, but we're going to take this, the 7 and put it at the bottom. So the F, okay? Now, like we did before, right? The first 2 voicings in our right hand, we're just going to take it down a half step. Okay? And I'm going to stay on it. We're going to do some application, okay, soon. All right? So, in your left hand, you're going to drop down to that E. Okay? And that makes that what? B flat diminished. Okay? So, in all of these chords, you're going to resolve to the diminished chord. So, it's like you go out, right? Because D flat major is not in the key of D, right? So it's like you go outside the key and now you're back in. So that's why I love doing these type of movements. Like B flat, that's not in the key of D major, right? But it give you a different feel, okay? So if you were doing a 7-3-6, you can do, some people do their 3 like this, right? You just do that. But you could do this. If I'm already here, this is my melody, I probably would stay there. I would probably, okay? And I'm just making, stuff up as I go. But I do want you to understand that if you're playing this G diminished or B flat, C sharp, E diminished, if you're playing it over a 5, you can do the same movement. And now this doesn't matter about the key, by the way. Just to let you guys know. So I'm in the key of D, right? But if I'm on the A, let's say, you know what? Let's go to a different key. Let's go to the key of F. Let's say I wanted to do a 1-3-6 in F. So if I want to do a 1-3-6, right? I see where I'm using this diminished chord over this A. I can do this. I can do this. Watch this. So guys, this works. It really works. You know, it can really turn some heads. So this is a concept. That's why I love doing these piano concepts. Okay, so you can do this in the key of D. I just did it in the key of F. Okay, so anytime you're playing this diminished chord, that G diminished, or you know, like I said, B flat, C sharp, or E diminished anywhere, you can add that. Okay, so I hope that brings some value. And I only went in like just 2 keys, but hopefully you get the concept. If you're playing this, take that, and you can start from here like we did. Right? You can start anywhere. Let's say you don't want to do all that. You just want to do this. I'm back to D major, right? And I do this. You see what I did? Okay, you can go up. You can do this. I'm just mixing up the patterns. That's all I'm doing. Just mixing up the patterns, okay? So, yeah, I hope that brought some value. As far as the song go, you do this in talk music. You can do this over songs. So, I don't want to just limit you to just that. I like to take the concept, and then you can kind of think of some songs you can put it in, okay? Sometimes it may be too much. So, of course, you want to use, you know, you want to make sure you're mature enough to know when to use it and stuff like that, right? Okay? So, I hope this brought value. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. Definitely like the video, okay? It definitely helps the channel. And definitely don't forget to email me if you haven't, if you want some personal videos for a small fee. And I'll be talking with you guys soon.